driving from Fayetteville to Mount Hope, and interesting weather because it's pouring down the rain here. We get down the road a little ways and we drive right out of the rain. And then we get back in the rain when we're getting close to Mount Hope. So it's very interesting. It's been crazy weather because we went from not having enough rain to having too much rain. And then for some reason GPS wanted to send us this way instead of the way we needed to go, which took longer because of GPS. And there's somebody walking down the middle of the road not caring this car is coming. But see, we're driving out of the rain. Of course, we hit a couple more rain squalls on the way to Mount Hope. We moved the audio here to our own audio because this is too much background noise in this video, which probably helped. The walk van with all the equipment bouncing around makes a lot of noise. I'm used to it though, so it don't really bother me. It's just when you got the wet, rainy roads and everything going on in the background, it's kind of hard to make a good driving video with all the background noise, although most people probably wouldn't mind. But here in a minute we'll be by the airport, which I'll point that out in the video when we get to it. Which is interesting because the Fayetteville airport, I don't know when the last time they've done a commercial flight, if they ever done commercial flights. They probably did it one time, but right now it's just tourist flights. It's still open, and you can do the charter planes and fly over the gorge and by the Nova Gorge Bridge. It's actually fun to do these flights and see the Nova Gorge Bridge and all this stuff. It's a lot of fun. But here's where we drive out. Well, we've already drove out of the rain here. Interesting stretch of road though. I know this is the point where we're both wondering where the GPS is taking us. Because at that point we realized if we kept going, we'd be the road that takes you by the airport and get back on 19 that way. But then we realized we done passed the exit. Of course, it's hard to mow and weed eat this day because it's raining on and off. I know that. It was a very interesting trip. And there's the airport. There's the old house and barn. The airport's right behind that green building. The runway is anyways. And up here I'll point out the original hangar they kept the planes in. There's a new hangar now, but that's the original hangar. They got a new building now that they keep the plane. I think, like, as far as I know, there's only one biplane they still use. And amazingly, the biplane was actually, the military used it and fought in World War I. The Army actually fought with that plane during World War I. Well, I get this old German plane, or what they told me there when I've been there. It's cool that an old biplane used during the First World War still runs to this day. Of course, that's back in the Army, controlled all the air control and everything, airplanes and flights. Now we have the Air Force. I believe the Air Force was established in 1957. And the Air Force took over. Beforehand, the Army had to do both. Of course, the Navy, I think the Navy does flights too, because they have those aircraft carriers. So it's very interesting to think about the history of all these different things around here. I know Fayetteville's the county seat for my home county of Fayette. Oh, by the way, to see that guy in the sign, the only difference between the pedestrian signs on normal pedestrian signs and Appalachian pedestrian signs, the little guy in the sign, there's the airport, by the way, the runway and the building that they keep the plane in. But the difference between the signs on the Appalachian Trail and the pedestrian signs is the Appalachian Trail signs, the little guy in the sign will wear in a backpack and carrying trekking poles, while the person on the sign's just walking. That's the difference between the two signs. Not that it matters, I thought it'd be fun to point out. And here's where we go into Oak Hill. We drive back in the rain here. Very interesting trip, but we got 1 yard mowed in Fayetteville, got to the next yard and could not get the door open to get the mower out. That was interesting. Oh, by the way, the White Oak Rail Trail is just off to the side here, up on the hill. It crosses the road next to the Holiday Lodge, which used to be Holiday Inn. And the White Oak Rail Trail goes through Oak Hill. That rail line was built by the White Oak Railway and eventually taken over by the Virginian Railway, which the Virginian became Norfolk Southern. Multiple rail lines back in the day. All these mining towns, well, not often, a lot of these mining towns and coal camps had short line railroads that went to the different places, different mining towns, which would take and put the coal from the Brent's line, from the mines down to the main line. Then Chesapeake and Ohio and Virginia would take over Those are the two main rail lines around here, Chesapeake and Ohio and Virginia. And I'm sure there was a lot more, there was probably another one around here, but those are the two that I'm familiar with. But here, just down the street here, we drive out of the rain again, then we drive back in the rain in Mount Hope. No, I did not film the whole entire trip from Fayetteville to Mount Hope because that would take too long. Of course, I'm sure y'all could tell when the video sings over. The people that's familiar with the area probably knows the gaps in the video, but there's the clear blue sky. It was interesting weather because there's a bunch of rain squalls that were called for scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we got all these rain squalls where it'd be pouring down the rain in one area and then not the next, which made very interesting. We got some yards mowed that day, but not a lot. Then we had 2 days in a row where it didn't want to stop raining. Of course, the week before this, it rained a lot. Of course, I also filmed this video I think the last week in September is when I filmed this video, and it'll probably be mid-October by the time you see it. Well, actually, I'm going to try to get up a little bit before mid-October. But here we drive out of the rain again, and then we get into Mount Hope, we go back in the rain. Oh, by the way, this is the part of the coal camp of Sun and Dairy Hall. For years I called Dairy Hall Dairy Hill when it's spelled H-A-L-L, not H-I-L-L. So I call it the wrong name for years. A lot of history to this area, old mining towns. The Dunloo Creek branch line, by the way, is operated by R.J. Corman, so they're keeping the traditional life of short line railroads taking the coal from the mine to the main line railroad. So R.J. Corman has, I think they have a few different locations. They had a mine in Pennsylvania that they were hauling, but I think that mine, I don't know if that mine's still open. It's not far from Altoona. Of course, where I get them when I was there on the trip with DNA Adventures, there's a grain elevator there and a scrap plant that gets scrap metal, but they don't haul I don't think they're hauling coal from that mine anymore. Of course, I'm super familiar with all the rail lines here. I filmed the branch line a lot. I filmed Norfolk Southern some. Of course, I filmed Thumb and the Prince all the time because they're both close to my house. There's the giant holding tank for the city of Mount Hope. And just around the curve here, we pass the schoolhouse market and we go back into the heavy rain. There's the road that takes into downtown Mount Hope. And after that, we cross over the R.J. Corman line, which is very interesting because the line's still active. I think it's cool that the rail line was built in the 1880s, mainly for hauling coal from the mountains down to the main line. It's still active to this day. And I didn't point the camera that way, but we just passed the schoolhouse market. I got a booth there in the hallway, and I got a booth in the cafeteria. Come this fall or winter when I'm not mowing and weed eating all the time, and we'll try to be there and sell more. And I hope to sell more. At least when I'm not there, I got the booth in the cafeteria, but the one in the hallway, I had to be there to sell. And we just passed where Dan's Quick Stop was for years. There's a gas station there, Dan's Quick Stop is. There's a gas station here, which is now a car auto repair shop. And that truck kind of hit the brakes and stopped. Yep. There's the dollar store. I think that's one of the yards that we cut, the dollar store, and there's 3 places up above the dollar store. Well, 1 above the dollar store and 2 on this back road. But here's the rain again. Oh, by the way, this bridge here takes it up to Mill Creek Spur. I'm going to do more videos of the Mill Creek Spur now that it's fall time. I'm going to get there and get some nice videos and photos of the fall forest. But the Mill Creek Spur dead ends a few miles up from the bridge here, but it used to go a long ways. I think it used to go at least 10 miles or more. I don't know if it goes quite 2 miles now, because most of it's been pulled up. Actually, it might be right at 2 miles before it dead ends, or just under. But I know my driving videos ain't the most popular, but if you do enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe to Waldo's Trains. I know most of you enjoy my train videos and railroad videos and my walking tour videos, but occasionally I like to do a driving video. Here we cross the old railroad crossing. This is the abandoned stretch of Double Creek branch line. They used to go all the way up to Killsite, Oswald, Price Hill. Actually, it's Killsite, Price Hill, Oswald, Tamboyd. There's another town I can't think of the name of between Price Hill and Oswald, but I can't think of the name of it right off the back. There's Mountain near Martingino's. And this is where the White Oak Railway used to cross the road here. If you see my walking tour videos of the White Oak Railway, it came through there, that little back street. That little back street there, the White Oak Railway actually went through where the Mount Hope exercise equipment is, where the Mount Hope Fitness Park is. Of course, I've done this video, the banners for the Mount Hope Jubilee was still up. I actually missed a bunch of the Jubilee this year. I was here for when everybody's setting up, and I went to the parade. Then I go to G&A events, so we go down to St. Albans. I was supposed to keep an eye on the time so we can get back in time, but I'm talking to people and enjoying myself, and I was not paying attention to the time, so I didn't do my job very well to keep an eye on the time so I can make it back in time for the rubber duck race and the last bit of the Jubilee. By the time I realized it was a few minutes after 1, you could hear the train in the distance. I was went ahead and filmed the local train going through St. Albans, and then we left. Of course, we did get that grain train with Union Pacific Power go to Thurman right after. Oh, by the way, this is where we went to get the Mo Wheatley apartments. The rain line behind us there, the back half of the apartments at State and Terrace didn't get any rain, but the front half did. Of course, before we could finish mowing and weed eating, the rain came back again. So it was a very interesting day that day. And there's the rail line. And then we walked back here, and you can see the rain line where it stopped. and then there's the walk van and the walk truck and trailer. I just thought it was very entertaining that we would drive in the rain, drive out of the rain, drive in the rain, drive out of the rain. Then we get to where we're walking and only half the apartment place we had to mow. It's rain the other half didn't. It made a very interesting day, I know that.